David Turecamo, the journalist who shot and narrated the video we're about to show you, used to be a producer for 60 Minutes. As you will see, David Turecamo has a nice style. He manages to be compassionate without getting sentimental, and that's one sign of a pretty good journalist.
My assignment was to put a human face on the invasion.
What name are you going to give to our story?
I don't know. What name should I give?
Woman Life in the 80s?
Okay.
You think that's good?
I don't know.
That could be because you are a strict lady.
I first met Olna in front of the Holiday Inn. She hung out with the other prostitutes and souvenir sellers and beggars. She had a 2-year-old son named Stephen.
Is this your street?
Yeah, this is my street. Everybody know me around.
Uh-huh.
First place she took me was her neighborhood. She wanted me to see the street where she lived. Even though it was only about 6 blocks from the Holiday Inn, apparently they never see white people.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
Why is everyone so surprised?
Because the first time there is a white man come in the place. That's
Bonsoir. Bonsoir, mes amis. The point is, you can't get this close, this comfortable with a crew.
Which is where David Turecamo comes in. He is a born storyteller with the gift of showing how remarkable ordinary people can be. Everything you will see tonight was shot by Turecamo using a small amateur camera.
This is the enemy. This is an Iranian film crew at work at a location in northern Tehran. I spent 2 weeks with them. Yeah, this is Firearms. He's the producer of the film. He's an entrepreneur who lost his shirt in the U.S. and came back to Tehran because, well, there's less competition.
Firearms, in Iran, what I believe is not more than 3-4. What I believe, if I know myself. But in America, you can find Firearms in each country, each state. In California, you can find 1 million or 2 million. I mean, that's different. This is my country. I know how to deal, how to make the business.
His assistant, Mansour.
Where do I begin to tell the story of how great love can be? The sweet love story that is older than... I'm ashamed!
Well, we went to lunch at someplace near his office, and the whole time we were there was some guy lurking around. You can see him at the window there, peeking in. I don't know, like, I thought, he's following me, I'm going to be arrested and questioned, or God knows what. And anyway, we finally leave the place. The guy plants himself right in front of us as we're walking down the street. What does he want? An audition.
How do you become a gun manufacturer? You just get around guns. I mean, that's the only thing that you can do. You know, there is no college courses for gunology, right? It just comes from building, and we have built millions of guns.
But how many do you think you,
3 million.
3 million? Whoa. I did a bunch of stories on the firearms industry, but the one man who'd always eluded me was also the biggest manufacturer of Saturday night specials, Jim Waldorf. It took 2 years to win his trust before he not only agreed to talk on camera, but invited me to his house for dinner.
Welcome to Reno. I'm Lou.
Hey, Lou. Lou is his daughter's fiance.
And you're Lori.
He has 2 daughters.
How you do?
Lori's the oldest. His other has made him a proud grandfather.
Claire at a birthday party.
I mention all this because Jim's company, Lorson Engineering, and the guns that he made were named for his 2 daughters, Lori and Cindy. You're the Lore in...
The Lore in Lorson. Should I look at the camera?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I'm the Lore in Lorson.
That's the Lorson. See, guns have reputation. Like Colt, Smith & Wesson. They're American icons. These guns aren't considered icons, but a scourge. And yeah, Lorson tops the list.
By 1994, the Lorson pistol was the most frequently traced gun in the United States. And it was again in 95, and again in 96, and again in 97. In a very few years, here's a gun that in essence is on a fast track into criminal use.
manganella recipe.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I hope you're hungry.
Oh, yeah.
5 teenies for 20,006, take them. 5 teenies for 20,006, take them.
I'd done a lot of stories on Wall Street. Then I met this man, Matt Andreessen,
our bouncer,
who runs an ECN, an electronic communications network. Basically, it's an online trading system.
This is our operations group. This is the front lines for Island.
Island has become so big that 30% of shares traded on NASDAQ are now executed on Matt's system.
Company, it's growing rapidly.
I'm
reading about it right now.
Oh, okay. How long have you been with us?
Since Monday.
Since Monday?
He's got a whole week.
I mean, since Monday.
The story was about how Matt and his friends are shaking things up with a big board and NASDAQ.
The marketplace, as we know it, is about to disappear. Now, it may take several years, but it's about to disappear.
All right, guys.
Frank Zarb is chairman of the National Association of Securities Dealers. That's the parent company of NASDAQ. He was on his way to deliver a speech about the market of the future.
It's going to be global in that it's going to be a 24-hour day. So the major companies around the world, you'll be able to trade in them anytime, day or night, anywhere in the world.
At almost the same time across town, Andreessen and his lawyers were bringing their message to Washington power brokers.
Yeah, they can't support you, or be against you if they don't know you. And you just, there's a million issues out there. There's so much noise.
But compared to a lot of other issues, I mean, I think the great advantage that we have and what makes this such really a pleasure to work on is that you don't have to worry about, trying to spin your story one way or the other. I mean, what we're basically about here is just getting out the information about what Island does.
As I said, you can't get this close, this comfortable with a crew.
The defense of Roswell Gilbert involved
I spent 14 years at 60
Minutes. Testimony and the presentation.
But nope, Matt is alive and kicking as successfully at everything sacred.
The government is apparently willing to go to any lengths to defeat workers' claims that they were injured or killed by exposure to radiation.
But about 10 years ago, took a high-8 camera to Africa and began doing the kinds of stories that you couldn't if you had to justify flying a correspondent and a crew to forgotten corners of the world, like Angola.
¿Cuántos años? 14.
And that's how I found Sister Helen.
We don't rent rooms. This is a program. They figure that you don't know from nothing. Like, what do you know? And usually when they come, I tell you the truth. If he's a heroin addict, I got him. Your urine, or shall we say, piss, will be taken. And it better come out clean and sober. You touch me.
You have a reputation, though, as being
a bitch. I know. It's good, though. Because, I'll tell you why. And I say this with humility, even though, I'm not humble. We know that. God forbid. If you're looking for Mother Teresa, you know she's not here. She's on the wall. Get what I'm talking about? If you don't have a certain type of reputation, they'll walk over you. They'll take advantage of you.
But I've been drug-free 90 days, and I can prove it.
You know how you can prove it? Before they do get ready to go out there on their own, they've had a little bit of structured life. Because they have to learn, they have to do what they're told to do. They have to be obedient. Take a piss, brother. Let's go. Well, is there anybody here going to take it? Hello? Here, sling it out. To the side.
This is Kenny Glick, 27 years old. He's a day trader. Yeah, I know you've heard a lot about day trading lately, but actually, Kenny does pretty well. Probably makes about 6 figures a year, though he won't tell me exactly. But Kenny's got a bigger problem, and it's not about whether his stocks go up or down. No, Kenny's problem is, well, talk to his mother.
To me, a job is get up, you work from 9 to 5, you have, medical coverage, you're getting a set salary, you have a boss. To me, this is not a job.
So all she knows is that I buy and sell stocks somehow. She doesn't understand who I buy them from. She doesn't understand who I sell them to. Why is anybody buying them from me? She wants to know,
And I said to him, what happens if, God forbid, he gets injured or something happens in the stock market? you know, he has nothing to fall back on, except, of course, I'm letting him live here for nothing. I keep telling him, make the money, get engaged, and get out of the house, and he's still here.
I'm still fighting with the unions. The union suspended me for saying what I know to be true. The organizational culture of law enforcement is white male-dominated, racist, sexist, homophobic, and then you may find a good cop. That's all I said.
I know you know this one. Name 2 cases in which a black officer has shot a white officer. That's easy.
This is a workshop that Lacey did for other cops.
I never heard of one. What? Never heard of one?
I never heard of one.
But watch this answer. Watch this. Someone name a case of police brutality where the victim is black or Latino. Show me some hands. Name a case. Name a case. Name a case.
Hood. Roll up, you shot in the back of the head.
Hood, Philadelphia. Daniels in the jail. Rodney King.
And the most important one, the Louis Louima.
Abner Louima, New York. How about Desmond Robinson, police officer, New York transit officer shot on the platform? How about Derwin Purnell, New York officer? How about Corvette Curley, Port Authority police officer, shot at the George Washington Bridge, November 20th, 1997? Oh. Isn't that amazing? And they think I'm crazy.